Finding a fielder that against England when he was bowling, he was warned twice in his very first over. Because of his long legs in his follow-through, he cannot avoid stepping into the danger area. He bowled almost the whole ODI series round the wicket. I mean, he just had to go round the wicket. He had no choice. And there he is. You see, he's got those long legs. Very tough for him to avoid the danger area with that left foot. The last two steps always ends up going there. I'm sure he's been working on that. Not really his fault.
A very interesting point you make there. Got to try and get off a little quicker, but it does make it difficult when you've got such long legs, as you mentioned. 6'8". Here we go. So there we go. Bang. And then that second one there. So normally, with a normal bowler, that would be further back, is the point you're making. But with him, it's 2 or 3 foot further up the pitch. Have a look at that for bounce. Carry. Really can make it very awkward for batsman Mohammad Irfan. That one there, evidence of what he's able to generate. Have a look at this. Left alone. Look where Sangakkara takes this. Head height and still climbing.
Dot ball to end the over. 6 for no loss. Dhaka Dynamites road to top 4. Dhaka has won 3 out of the 6 matches so far. They're currently at number 4 place on the points table, and they need to win at least 2 games. And then you have the other possibilities with the other teams losing and winning matches. Dhaka Dynamites got big names with them. Marsh Sangakkara to begin with. Mohammad Irfan is there. In Pakistan they've got Sohail Khan. They're planning to get some more, I've heard. Still 130 required. Sohail. I was just mentioning to Danny Alistair, he bowled very well. Looked very good. Got 5 for against India in the World Cup. And since then has been facing injuries. So hasn't really featured in the national squad. But here he is back once again in action. Good to see him in action.
It's up in the air, and I think he's got enough on it. Just immediately taking the attack to Sohail Khan. It's a bit of a loosener, laboured up to the wicket, big shoulder action, but the width was provided, and Shumusaka probably should have done a bit better than this in the end. There it is, right up in the slot, just didn't get that front foot out enough, and hence hit the bottom of the bat, the toe end of the bat. Lucky to get it over cover. Dhaka Dynamites need to win this game. We saw those permutations. They won't want to let it get down to the wire. They'll feel that the Sylhet Superstars are just sniffing around at the moment. Comprehensive victory over the Borishal Bulls earlier on to keep their tournament hopes alive. And he'll know full well that they need some more victories, because if they because of the extra pace, couldn't be used to facing this sort of stuff. Mohammad Irfan and Sohail Khan, both over 140 clicks. There we go. So Sylhet today, they won, and they're minus 0.01. Dhaka Dynamites are minus 0.21. And they lose again tonight will mean that run rate will go down even further. Select win tomorrow. Suddenly there's a shift and they swap places. I think that'll be wide. Trying the short one. No problem with that. Just dug it in too short. Ballooned over the batsman. Definitely some bounce in the wicket. This was Shumusaka in the tournament thus far. Against the Chittagong Vikings the other day. Played really well. Showed us his array of stroke play all around the wicket. Reverse sweeps, able to find the boundary. Open the wicket as well. Big bottom hand. Match-winning innings this. And there he goes. Raising the bat and accepting the Man of the Match award at the post-match presentation as well. Radar's just not there. As I mentioned, bounce and carry not a problem. And both can get it going through. Just in these first couple of overs, not able to get the ball in the right area. And even though you've got favourable conditions, you've still got to utilise them. 8 matches for Shumusaka, that 58 I'm talking about is his best Man of the Match performance. And they're going to look to him to do much more of the same in this particular game. Solid start, not losing too many wickets is the key. And these two need to bat at least for the power play. Again, is going to elude cover. Struck a bit better on this occasion. And is going to get to the boundary for 4. Check shot. Wasn't in control, but able in the end to get it up and over cover.
You know, I was enjoying that shot, but then suddenly realized there were 4 fielders running after it. It looked more like a race between 4 guys. All the guys in the circle on the offside went after it. Look at that. 1, 2, 3, and there's a 4th one. You can't see it here. Still couldn't win it. The ball wins the race. Didn't really hit it hard, it's just the timing in it. Usually you see fielders fielding in pairs, but on that occasion, 4. Sohail is more of a captain's bowler. He needs to be given very specific guidelines of what to do. Misbah handled him well during the World Cup. He knows exactly what to extract out of him as a bowler. Well, he actually knows a lot about his bowlers, their strengths, and of course their weaknesses, where to use them. Sohail Khan, a definite talent. Sangakkara will have to play a role here. I'm sure he must have been briefed by Misbah on any occasion somewhere during this tournament. 14 for no loss. 1 more ball to go in this over. Be a tricky total to chase. 122 if they lose wickets. Nice slow one down the leg side. Very animated Sohail. Won't get anything for him. 2 gone, 14 for no loss. Simmons 1. It's Sarkar 7, 14 for no loss. Back with the tall fast bowler Mohammad Irfan. I'm going to ask you, you've been an opening batsman. Facing someone like that who's 7'1", and then probably his release point would be what, 7'7", 7'8". We just come back to that. Wild swing, moving away from the wicket. So if your release point of a bowler is somewhere around 7'7", I don't know, you got a really bad chin up. You lose the release point in your visor, helmet's visor. I remember very clearly that when he came in the initial days, they had to actually raise the side screen. They didn't realize the arm was going higher than the side screen. So lots of adjustments you got to do as a batsman, I suppose.
Yeah, I think also you're very aware that you're going to have to play a lot of the back foot because he hits that in between length. Because of the extra height, invariably there'll be that extra bounce. So you know that fine leg third man are in play insofar as your glides off your hips, and he uses all of his height, doesn't he? Lots of people, lots of other bowlers collapse a bit during that delivery stride, but he utilises the full extent of his height. So you're right, that's coming from nigh on 8 foot, and you need to make sure that you're ready to cope with it. And as I said, back foot to cut, to pull, but he hurries you as well. He's not medium pace, he's up there 140k an hour. But you've also got to be very clear you're not camping back too much, because when he does provide the opportunity to hit down the ground, you've got to be able to take it on. Only chasing this 136, that type of stroke, if he had got a top edge and got out, it's just not justifiable. Playing against one of the top guys in the world, you know he'll only probably bowl 3 overs up front, max, maybe even 2. Get saved for 1 at the end. Surely you've got to be behind it and just getting the singles. Get down the other end. Don't get out to him. A rush of blood, definitely, and he just needs to calm down a wee bit. There's that flick, and it'll get to fine leg very quickly. What's happened there then? It looked like he would be able to make the save, and then suddenly it was across the boundary. Difficult to see in real time whether it went through him or it just went too quickly down and he wasn't able to make it.
Yeah, for a second I thought the fielder's got it covered, but suddenly he slips on 1 foot. Maybe he just realized that the ball is way too quick, spun away from him, I don't know. But it just gave up, there was no dive, and yes, bowlers never like that, especially that kind of an effort. Can't say much to the fielder, he doesn't know him very well. But yeah, 4 runs given. He was down the leg side.
Gee, it got there quickly though. That short one hitting the splice, that's what I'm talking about. Those singles. You know that he's going to be trying to target the splice and just get on the back foot, drop it down in front of you and get down the other end. Backing up nicely, bang, yes. Easy in the end. Just not enough of that in these first 6 overs, I reckon. Especially against men of the calibre of Mohammad Irfan, and secondly, taking into context where this game's at and what you're chasing. You're not chasing 180, 190, where you need to really take advantage of the first 6 overs. Hard hands on that occasion, not able to get behind it and just drop it by him for 1. End of 3 anyway, 20 for 9.
Dhaka Dynamites 135 for 7. Rangpur on their way, 20 for no loss. Rangpur riders need 116 more. So 17 overs remaining. And Sohail Khan has been replaced, and the new bowler who's been given the ball is decided to come Mustafizur Rahman over the wicket. Left arm, medium fast.
What a find he's been for Bangladesh cricket and for world cricket. Terrific talent. But he's got to get his act together against the left-handers. If he does have an Achilles heel at this stage, it is his ability at this stage to bowl at left-handers. Not anywhere near as effective as he is against the right-handers. And he's been outstanding this year and was rewarded with a place in the ICC ODI Team of the Year. 15 wickets in 12 games, very early on in his career. Look at that average and look at the economy rate as well. Right, in the second over, there was an LBW appeal, last ball of the over. Sohail Khan was the bowler, out the back of the hand. And did that pitch outside leg stump? Is the question, I suppose, that the umpire would have asked himself, and pitched outside leg stump just a wee bit. So whatever happens after that is inconsequential. So close, and maybe because of the topspin imparted on the slower ball, maybe a bit of height as well.
We've been talking about left arm quicks and how Mustafiz has been working out so well. Coming back to Mohammad Irfan, you were mentioning, and so did I, about that extra bounce that he gets. One just wonders, as a batsman, you wouldn't be worried about getting LBW to him. Just asked help from our stat man, and I was right. 51 dismissals in T20s, only 2 LBWs. So as a batsman, you can be rest assured that you won't be wrapped in front of the stumps because of the bounce that he generates, unless he's bowling too full at you.
Tries to play that pull shot, hurried onto him, doesn't make the contact and doesn't get anywhere near where he was aiming. I think it's maybe the wrong shot. Yes, it is a wee bit on the short side. That there should be playing off the back foot, punch it through the offside. Very lucky to get away with that. We saw Evan Lewis in the Borishal game also trying to play that pull shot and getting hit on the splice, finally perished, caught a mid off. Not timing one at all. Yeah, with Mohammad Irfan, I suppose LBW would be on account of him bowling at the death and trying to bowl Yorkers as opposed to bowling with the new ball.
Nicely worked away to third man. You were having a chat with Waqar Yunus not very long ago, and I asked him, you know, you were super class when it came to bowling Yorkers, but he says it's his height. It's tough for him probably to bend his back and get those luck. You see in test matches 0 out of 10. No LBWs for him. ODIs 3 out of 78. First class games 17 out of 145, and T20s just 2 out of 51. So struggles. He does bowl fuller when he comes round the wicket, but still relied on more caught behinds of bowls. It's a tricky total to chase. 114 more from here. A wicket or two here will make it very interesting. But if they don't get one in the next 3 or 4 overs, just slip away.
Work down to third man. He's much more at home bowling against the right-hander. Mustafizur Rahman really causes huge problems with his cutters, slower ball. Just the manner in which he bowls it doesn't come across the side of the ball, it tends to come over the ball. Very, very difficult to pick, number one, and number two, even if you do pick it, you still have to try and play a stroke and score off him, which is easier said than done as well. Of 16, Shumul Saka, and just would like him to carry on, to be able to bat deeper into an innings. Just think that he tends to play too many big shots too early, does not give himself a chance. And we've seen that he has got a good array of strokes. Just maybe be a bit more circumspect in defence. Get a single to end the fourth, 24 for none.
Rangpur's possibilities, their road to top 4. 4 games out of their 7 matches. They're currently at number 3. They need 2 wins to qualify for the playoffs. So lots of changes for them. In fact, both these sides, they're trying various combinations just to get something right before the playoffs come. various combinations. That's why those big changes. Sohail has changed ends.
Here he goes again. Shumusaka down the wicket, giving himself room, trying to flat bat it down the ground. Just the position they're in again, I reiterate, 24 for none. They've done all the hard work. All they have to do is rotate the strike. Need to be getting out to that sort of shot. It's one of those wickets that the more you get in, the more you get the feel of it and are able to score. It's difficult for the new batsman coming in. Big appeal. Now then, Sohail Khan was convinced, so was Sangakkara. Saka, not so much. And the guy that really matters.
He wants to just slog it in the mid-wicket region. That's why he better play it well, because you've got Mohammad Irfan at mid-on. At least play over 10 feet to clear that fielder. He's tried all 3 shots in that region.
And by getting singles, you're getting your partner on strike and giving him a feel of the ball and getting a feel of the wicket as well. He's only faced 7 deliveries, Lendl Simmons. This time he gets hold of it, and this time he puts it away. He's tried it enough times. On this occasion, right out the middle of the bat. What a shot!
Yep, now here we are. Sohail probably could have done something different, knowing that he's trying to aim for that. But he bowls him a short ball, and knowing that the batsman is going to go after it, there are chances that he would connect 1 out of 4, and he does. Gets maximum, and he's hit that very well into the stands. So that takes the weight away from the batsman. He's been trying to play that shot. 30 for no loss now, still in the 5th over. 2 more balls to go. Sohail has changed ends.
Having a look at the willow. I think he's done some damage to it. So asking for some replacements to be brought out. He was beaten for pace earlier in the over. Hit the shoulder. Great decision by the umpire. On that occasion, just maybe a little slower from Sohail Khan. Not as well directed. And he was onto it and put it away. Right up the middle of the bat. Have a look at that. Just rocked back and slapped it over square leg. Big boundaries. These at the Sherry Bungler, and as soon as he hit that, he knew he had got enough of it. Just don't get this. It really is mind-boggling. You've got a 6 off the over. Why would you not want to try and find a single, play an orthodox cricket stroke? It's whole over. He's just swung for mid-wicket, and he's managed to connect 1. But the rest of the time has got nowhere near it.
Both the bowler and the batsman are stubborn. He keeps bowling short. A ball or 2 are the slower ones, but he's still keeping that shorter length. But the last ball, what's it going to be? Will the batsman win this or the bowler? Bingo. 30 for no loss after 5.
One more for the power play. It's not a bad start, really. You're sort of ticking along at sixes. Opposition only got 135. Haven't lost a wicket, and I want to see a bit more of Lendl Simmons. Haven't seen enough of him because he's only faced 7 deliveries. It's all been similar. Got a left arm. Bowler liked it, but it's sliding down. Hello, Simo.
Greetings, Daniel. 31 for naught, needing 105 in 90 balls. Yep, it's going to be a tight one. Going to put my neck out here. Well, this is just it's a non-entity, really, going down by, missing it by miles. The keeper's running down. I'm going to put my neck out and say the side that fields the best will win this match. The side who fielded the best will win the match. Be some great fielding to get rid of that guy, the run out. Remember that. It was another opportunity. They fielded well, but these guys need to outfield them. It's not easy. I was down there at the break, Dan. And I tell you what, it's very, very hazy. It's got a tough fielding look about it. And the 3 run-outs in that innings, look at them.
Direct hits. And that's what happens. You need that. Changes the course of a match. Sangers, get the dive out. Oh, it's too slow. And then very good fielding from the keeper. Gloves on and all. Takes some doing. Great stuff from the double R's. How to put your neck out. Trying to smash it out of the ballpark. Double R's. No surprises there. Just got 3 against the D's this evening.
Well, that tells me the story. You know, you take 3 run-outs in that innings, and the big fish of Kumar Sangakkara, would he have added another 15, 20? Easily. So that's where they got the score down. And if you want to beat them, you got to outfield them. Now there's a good example. There's a great example. No single there. Can't be a single there. And then he picked it up and missed the stumps. He was slow off the mark in the mid-off. You've got to be up there for that. Look at this. A little push. Now, I tell you what, double R's, there's no chance, Dan. No chance. That's where Sangakkara was run out, you see? That kind of thing. And he was easily in. Got to be sharper than that. This is where the tournament's going to be won and lost. Right there. That kind of stuff.
Oh, cracker. Only thing it missed was the off-pole. Oh, I've got another cracker for you, Patrick Simcox. The double Ds have only affected 1 run out. This is match number 7 for them. So they've only got 1 run out. This is their 7th innings. They're fielding it. Double R's have got 9. Huge.
Yeah, what would be interesting, who's got the, you know, what's the top wicket taker for Dhaka Dynamites? How many wickets has he got? Would he be equal to the Rangpur Riders? Probably.
That'll be 4-leg buys, will it? Yep, sure is. Ruins the over. Ruins it. Half a dozen off it. So it's 37 without loss. Steady Eddie stuff here from the Rangpur Riders. Having to chase down 136, having been asked to field first because Sangers wanted to go up front with bats in hand for the Dhaka Dynamites, but could only muster 1 35 in their 20. Here's Abul Hassan. Couple of changes. Yeah, very, very useful. Early days from, of course, but wonderful start in this form of the game. Careful of Simmons. He is a dynamic individual. See him a lot in the Caribbean Premier League in the West Indies. He has been an exceptional talent for some time now. Loves this form of the game. Yeah, little 50 package and played rather nicely, didn't overdo it. Good cricket shots, not slogging. Look at that. That is a trademark from on one knee and slapping it through cover and keeping his shape. So easy on the eye.
Yeah, a lot of things easy on the eye around here. Some lovely looking ladies. Oh, he's gone! Softest missile. Wow! Just searching for something that wasn't there.
Sumasaka, what's going on? Another batsman getting a start, getting over 20, but not 30. And again, in that sort of region, that extra bounce here in Dhaka is causing problems for the batsman. So Saka goes for 21. It's 38 for 1 now. Jahrul in at first drop. Jahrul Islam, right-hander out in the middle. To join Lendl Simmons. The bowlers will be pleased about that. Got rid of the lefty. So, Suma is back in the hut now. Got a slip in, and rightly so. Sang is on top of things. Wickets are the key. That is for sure. Double R's cruising at the moment. But as we know, lose 1, lose 2, lose 3 very, very quickly in T20. Contest needed this for the Dynamites. They need to get back in the contest. Desperate for more of these. Good stuff. Well bowled. Need some energy now to the double Ds. Need to lift themselves as a unit. Hustling for 2 and it's easy.
Nice little 2. They all add up. Nowadays they analyse every single delivery, the dots, the ones with their 2s. There's so much analysis being done. Sitting in that dugout, everything's analysed. Yep, Rangpur riders, 25 dots, 6.4 overs. They look at it and think sometimes, well, you know, if they weren't 25, they're only 15, you know, extra 10 runs. Persisting with a short ball. It's well fielded. And they'll come back. Oh, they just take the 1. That's good fielding. That's very good fielding.
pace. He's got to be careful. He's not the quickest going around, so he needs to bowl, I reckon, a bit like Ravi Bapara. Here, Hassan. There and thereabouts. Bit of nibble. Just enough. Searching length. Crucial. Simmons on strike. Hasn't had much of it. He's only had 11 deliveries, but here he is. Slower one. He's going to keep the strikers, Lendl Simmons. 42 for 1 now. Match 22 unfolding so far. Won the toss, posted 135 for 7. Few starts there, no one kicking on. Double R's in reply. They've only lost Suma there, 21 from 27. And so they're struggling to take wickets. They need wickets. Well, they did really inside that first 6 overs. We've had 7. Need to get rid of Lendl Simmons.
Yeah, speaking of Lendl Simmons, you know, I'm just looking at the grid, and I can't help thinking Sangakkara's grid, you can't get a ball in. You know, on the helmet, look at that. You can't get a ball in there. But Lendl Simmons, look how big that gap is. Very interesting. Very. Look at the two.
Oh, no. Didn't do that. Small total on the board. And it goes right through your legs.
And I rest my case in terms of who will win this game when it comes to fielding. Look at that. Man, in a close game. Oh. Yeah. It's about 3%, 4% of the runs. Gone in 1 run. 1 hit.
Coach. The D's. Oh. Bounce. There it is. A little bit more. And pitches of the past at this very venue. I'm liking it. Got to say, like that extra bit of bounce. Live grass on there. I reckon it'll be better. This will be better for having these 2 games on it. I reckon it'll be a cracker tomorrow, this pitch. Settle down a bit more. So Lendl will like it there, but he can't get it past Endescada.
Yeah, we're going back to the grid. Just have a look at that. Kumar Sangakkara is so close, nice. You can't get the ball through there. He's standing up, getting inside edge, goes onto his grid. Whereas Lendl Simmons, I reckon you can get a ball in there. I think he's got to have a look at that. How did you find the grids then, Dan?
Use my helmet a lot. You're quite right. Oh. Didn't mind a headbutt or 2. I've seen guys where you think the ball can't get through, even in net sessions and stuff. I've seen some nasty injuries where it's come off a guy's glove, or he's gone to hook it, missed it, and it's gone through and pushed the peak of the helmet slightly and zipped through and cut guys' eyes, smashed into the nose. A little uncomfortable.
If you're going to wear one, you must take out that equation. I think it takes a bit of getting used to have it that close. But if you're going to wear one, you might as well make sure it can't get through there. It's really pointless.
That's what Paul Ellett said to me back in 1986. I came out as a youngster batting at 10 and just went out in a floppy against a ball that was only 25 overs old and wore one on the cheek. Just said, should have worn a helmet. Thank you, Einstein.
Now we know what happened. 47 for 1.
Just the one down for the Rangpur Riders. Cruising along at the moment.
What do you think then?
Well,
What's
if I
your
was the
take?
batting side, I'd be very disappointed from this position here. Now, yes, it can get close, but when you look at it now, with a dozen overs to go, and you've got 9 wickets in the hut, I think you'd be disappointed as Shane Jurgensen as the coach if they lose it from here. Particularly with Simmons now getting in, getting a little bit of a start. Not a lot of runs, but he's been there for 3 overs. Needs to kick on clearly. Zafar Ali Khan with a wonderful haircut. Retro 80 stuff from him. Good as ever. Got away with that. Got away with that, Hassan.
Yes, I guess chasing the 88 now, that if someone, one of these two, and certainly Simmons, if somebody gets a 40 and the balance get 40, you'll get home easily. The only way they'll make it tough for themselves is to play silly shots and get out and suddenly find themselves 4 down and scoreboard pressure comes along, and that's what Sangakkara will be hoping for. But if somebody goes on, if Simmons goes on and gets 40, 45, somewhere around there, you'd back him to get home.
Nice and straight. Let's go sideline to the lovely Umbreen.
The Each Gallery of Sher Bangla Stadium is crammed with a huge number of cricket fans who love cricket from the core of their hearts. I have someone right beside me, a very beautiful girl. What's your name?
My name is Nazat.
Okay, who are you supporting tonight?
Dhaka, obviously.
Dhaka. Is there any special reason you're supporting Dhaka Dynamites?
Of course, my husband's playing for Dhaka, that's why I'm supporting.
Oh, and how is he playing?
Well, he's playing good. I know he can do much better than this, so I'm hoping for the best.
Okay, and good luck. I have someone else beside me, and so
Fariha. And
okay, back upstairs, and the crowds are cheering. Let's have a loud noise. Over to Combox.
Yeah, he wants a strategic timeout here, I think, Orazi. Yeah, giving it the strategic timeout after 8.2 overs. It's 49 for 1. about 8.2 overs. Strategic timeout taken there. Bit of tidying up of that front foot. Wonderful. Giving himself room. And Sakar couldn't quite get it out of the screws.
It was a big wicket there. But we all know that the biggest wicket taker in the history of cricket is Mr. Break. And that's just happened.
Yeah, the break in play. And now we've got 4 deliveries to finish off the 9th. Simmons on strike. There was that thick outside edge. 50 up, no footwork. No dive. More runs for the Riders.
Arsene Wenger's not going to be happy with that. He wouldn't contract you, would he? Man United not going to look at you. Not of this performance. Nah. Oh, be careful, there's an escalator there.
Got a little dizzy, didn't he, at the end there? Did Sahel. So he hasn't been picked for United with that footwork. And up and over enough. Just. It's been a bit of that tonight. Matches 21 and 22. Difficult to get your timing right with that extra bounce. And some of the players have said it's just stopped and gripped a little bit.
Gotta love the throw in when Mohamed Afan is bending down so that you can throw over his head. Watch this. Mate, how low has he got to go?
Yeah, there's a bit of him. Just a quiet little 7'2". Trash and gone! That's what I was talking about, trying to thread it over the top with a bit of bottom hand, and the West Indian is gone.
Mr. Break, 1 over after it. Now let's just have a look and just make sure that the delivery's okay. Never know with the no ball rule first. That's important. Is it over? What does it look like? Oh, this is tight. This is going to be very... Danny, you fast man, have a look at this for us.
This will be the side, and he's all right. That's fine. Yeah, it was tightish. Simmons, flashy shot, trying to go up and over with the bottom hand. Oh dear. Can only pick out backward point, and a little send-off from Hassan as well. So Simmons has gone for 18, 55 for 2 now. Busy sideline, as ever, Atar Ali Khan. Captain's in for the Riders. There's Shakib Al Hassan. Left-hander, as we know, got a slip in. May have played a lot of cricket, but he'll be a little nervy here. And he's threaded it through, I tell you what. First ball, you think he'd been on the batting machine all evening. That is very risky. 59 for 2. Shakib is off the mark in style. And it was in the air for a little bit. It is funny how the good players, when they play it's almost like a reaction shot. Just a little nervous punch, reflex type of stroke, thinking, oh, look, I just got sucked into it like a magnet. And he's played it quite superbly. Was an element of risk about it. So Hassan got a couple of wickets, the 2 to 4. There's Shakat. From this, the broadcasting end of the Sri Bangla Stadium. Keep her up.
Oi.
Yeah, little nibble there. Got a bit too straight.
Ooh, a better throw, and I reckon it would have been gone. I think he's got home. I think Danny's jumping up and down thinking he's gone. But I think he's in myself. But a stronger throw, definitely gone.
Got it wrong last time, Patrick. Run out. Well, yeah, needed to be a stronger throw. You're right. Bounce throw isn't quite enough, I don't think. Yeah, you got to go with that frame where the batter's clearly over the popping crease. And one more frame. There, you see. Yeah, he's home. Comfy. N-O spells no. Last ball, last over. The captain is on strike now because they've run a 3. But it was the first ball that Shakib faced. In the air for a while there. Oh, yeah. Cover there. Close to being caught there. The last ball at previous over of Hassan.
Shakib has got such good hands as well. See how late he plays it. Quality player. Of experience now. Look at that. Look at the strike rate. 1050s, best of 86, no doubt. Love to get 100 in, I'm sure. But now as the captain in the BPL, now this is his 7th game. Strike rate is not great. Hasn't got a 50, so you wouldn't put him in the top echelon of his firing in the BPL by his own standard. But he's there because Simmons gave his wicket away, and he'd be disappointed with that. Lendl Simmons was in, looking good. He just had to stay in. Now they've created some extra pressure on themselves.
It's $1 million shots, the cover drive on the up, and it's been difficult to do that here in Dhaka. We've been in Chittagong all of last week, and it's a different surface there. This one's bounced a bit more and just gripped a bit. Yep, there you go. Oh, another one going up and over. Does find the gap on the offside down to third man.
Flirting with danger. Man, Jarrell, got to be so careful. Simmons has just got out. You get out, 2 men at the crease, take off 20. They want to get home here, and it's possible. It's just overrun a ball, really. Risk-free cricket for a little while, have some wickets in hand, and you'll get home easy as you like.
Come on.
It's about where I want to be. Sharkat, that sort of line and length, a little bit of bounce. Bowling wicket to wicket. They like it, she likes it. Yeah. Great to see a lot of women in at the Bangladesh Premier League. Heave away on the onside, very agricultural. And no footwork from Sohail because he's got the concrete shoes on. Ends the 10th at 69 for 2.
Just edging ahead a little at this juncture. The Rangpur Riders, they need a further 67 in 10 overs. 13 of 9 deliveries for Jarul Islam, and Shakib, new to the crease, just faced 2. He's already hit a boundary, 5 off 2 balls. You'd have to say at this stage, with wickets in hand, they should be favourites, the Rangpur Riders. But if Dhaka can sneak in another couple of wickets and put some pressure on, then that rate escalates and it becomes an altogether more difficult task. But they're not going to help themselves if they're not more committed in the field. Just not enough die-hard attitude in the field, I'm afraid. There he goes, Sohail Khan, and, well, that's no good. No good at all. Just didn't know what he was wanting to do. Tried to use the boot and then realised his feet were out of sync and then wasn't able to actually get anything on it.
Waited on that and just swung it around. Yeah, just mentioning the point that it looks as if the Rangpur Riders have got things under control, but funny old game this. One gets 2. You've got to keep on persisting and hope that the batsman make a mistake. Try to put in your best, which Sohail Khan did not. Casual saunter up to the ball and thinking, should I go for it? Should I risk it? Might step on the ball, might twist an ankle. Aborted at the last moment.
You notice that it was, well, the incident took place right in front of the Dhaka dugout. And did you see the run through after? Didn't stop there. Didn't stop to take on all the dagged looks from the dugout. But here he goes. Now watch him. They say he's stopping, but look at the acceleration as he runs past the dugout. He doesn't want anything to do with him. Have a look at that.
And he's swearing at himself. He's mouthing those words. I should have done better, just to make those guys say that he made the effort. But just a period of play where the batsman, particularly Zohar Islam, who's got a lot of experience behind him, but just to tell himself, look, we've still got 56 balls to get the 64 runs. It's not going to be the most difficult task, but you've got to keep a cool head. Bide your time, wait for the loose deliveries to come along, and maybe pounce on it. Not going to be easy, but you can afford to show a little bit of resilience and temperament. Up he goes, slices it, but it's falling safe. And miss it.
Hopefully with Shakib there, there'll be a bit of a calm board to the situation, because you're quite right. When the equation is as such, there's no need to play any big shots. There's no need to play any 50-50 shots. No need to take any undue risk. All you have to do is rotate the strike, because you know in the space of, there's 1 ball left in this over, 9 overs after this, you're going to get presented with the opportunity to find a few boundaries. So don't go looking for them. This is all about consolidating and building a partnership.
That's the way you go about it. Shakib fancies that shot. That could have square on the offside and ambles through for the single to finish off that over. 11 gone, 74 for 2.
Starts for Lendl Simmons and Shumul Saka, as they've been dispatched back to the changing room for 18 and 21 respectively, and in the form of Jarul Islam and Shakib Al Hasan, the captain, just trying to build another partnership here, match-winning one, hopefully from the Rangpur Riders' perspective. Mithan, Pereira, Mohammad Nabi and Sami to come, so plenty in the tank for the Rangpur Riders, but they'll hope that they can get the bulk of the job done in the next 20 minutes or so and not lose too many wickets doing it.
Going to be Mustafizur. Making room for himself. Here's the head that up in the air. There's a catcher coming. The bowler just completes a straightforward take. Now, that was an unnecessary rush of blood from the captain. Really uncalled for.
Yeah, I don't get it. I just talked him up to say maybe he'll bring some sanity to this partnership. Maybe he'll be the elder head that keeps it all together. But no, there's the slower ball. And in the end, very ungainly from Shakib Al Hasan. He's not going to drop those. Although he nearly did. He snuck through the fingers, but safe enough in the end. And Shakib Al Hasan will not want to see that replay. Really, really not a shot for the situation. It's gone for 8, 74 for 3 now. Not the smartest piece of cricket from Shakib Al Hasan, and that means Darren Sammy is new to the crease now for the Rangpur Riders. Mustafizur. Has he gone past the outside edge or has he clipped it? Big appeal. But in the end, the umpire unmoved. Terrific delivery.
As usual, the cutter just nipping away. There you see, Darren Sammy committed to that shot. Big appeal from Kumar Sangakkara, but I suspect didn't hear anything. Good decision by umpire Enamul Hakmoni. Darren Sammy, right-handed batter, he's got lots and lots of experience. 171 matches, almost reaching 2,000 runs. Wonderful strike rate. He needs to perform to take his team over the line. Again, almost squaring him up. Off an appeal. He's got them in complete disarray at the moment.
What was he thinking, Shakib Al Hasan? Backing away, ended up playing a tennis shot. The cutter from Mustafizur Rahman, not picked at all by Shakib Al Hasan, but why was he trying to play that stroke? There we go. Kumar Sangakkara believes, and he's geeing up his troops. He knows we've got a chance, boys. Come on, hang in there. Get one more wicket here, get that run rate up. Who knows?
One, two, three. Past the bat. Darren Sammy hasn't got the foggiest. And look at that smile on his face. It's a very nervous smile, I can tell you that.
Yeah, this is the genuine seam-up delivery. The other ones have been the cutters. And that one there came through with a bit more gas, and he was late on it. Such a skillful bowler, Mustafizur Rahman, particularly to the right-handers. And it's not only Darren Sammy's that playing and missing. We've seen him, well, he's made a spectacle of a few other players as well. Marlon Samuels comes to mind in the first games. He was really at sea outside that off stump, couldn't come to grips with it. And I think when you're facing him for the first time, he is very, very difficult. And even when you have a bit of him, it's still very difficult to pick him and also to play strokes against him.
Tell you what, Alistair, it's not only players in this BPL that has been outthinking. It's players from South Africa, India, Pakistan in the recent past have been really tantalized and traumatized by the way he's bowled. It's been a little bit of an enigma. They've really not been able to suss him out yet. But wonderful for Bangladesh, future of Bangladesh. Game. Almost squaring up. That is the over. Wicket maiden for Mustafizur Rahman. 12 done, 74 for 3.
62 in 8 overs. That's the equation for the Rangpur Riders. They were going along pretty comfortably, you'd have to say, with Shakib Al Hasan at the crease along with Joel Rislam. But they've lost the captain, and now Darren Sammy has played out a wicket maiden from Mustafizur.
That's something that's not going to make Kumar Sangakkara very happy. Umpire walks across and extends his arms. We've had a couple of wickets from this young man. Goes with some heart into his 4th over.
Now then, Coach Mickey Arthur has been quite vocal. Normally he's sitting around and not paying too much attention other than to his notebook there. Doesn't get too animated. But we've seen him today, earlier on, giving some instruction to the 12th man, as well as now on that occasion, just getting up and talking to the bench as well. So they know how important this game is. Here we go. He's talking about Mustafizur Rahman and how skilled he is. That's Yasir Shah. He misses out. Unbelievable that he can't find a place in the side. He's been so good for the Dhaka Dynamites. But they're very pensive. I know that this is nip and tuck with that over from Mustafizur. He's still got 2, and that's the beauty about the Dhaka Dynamites. Their bowling side is so strong. So strong, and Kumar Sangakkara come back for 2 and make it quite comfortably. He's going to have the decisions of who he's going to bowl in these last few overs. Sohail Khan, Mohammad Irfan, Mustafizur as well. He's got some world-class performers there, and he'll feel if they can just squeeze a bit more in these next couple of overs, suddenly needing 8 runs to the over, 9 runs to the over, I reckon he'll back himself, he'll back his team.
Absolutely. I think Mustafizur 3 overs, 5 runs and a wicket. Darren Sammy has not been allowed to free his arms. He's a free-flowing batsman. He likes to give the ball a thump, but opportunity is not there. Mithun is set to come next. Pereira can cloud the ball about a bit, but I think it's this partnership between Zohar Islam and Darren Sammy that got to take them as close to the target as possible. Danny Morrison could do with that.
Too high, but he's deceived him again. He really is looking out of sorts here. Darren Sammy not able at all to pick the pace up, and amazing, a few dot balls. Suddenly the rate, as I mentioned, is just below 8 runs to the over now. Trying to shovel it around the corner, not able to get any bat on it. So really is struggling. 2 of 8 deliveries now, and every dot ball that goes by, that rate starts escalating.
How quickly a game can turn around. They're all worried. Just the looks on their faces, very pensive. He went for that high backlift and then had to check his shot. This is excellent stuff from Abul Hasan. Slowing things down, not allowing him to free his arms. Back of the hand, slow delivery makes him wait.
He's clearing that front leg. He's just waiting for the bowler to just get it wrong. Give him a bit of pace and get it in the slot, and he wants to take him on over the mid-wicket area. Just mid-on back as well as square leg. So there's a gap of all of 80 or 90 meters that he can land it in. I think that's where he's eyeing out.
Well, down the leg side, deflection of the pads. I think going to get him 4 leg byes. Wait and see if there's a signal from the umpire. Yep, there we go. Leg byes, 4 runs in leg byes coming off the last ball of the 13th over. It's 82 for 3. Taking a little dip, Fred, warm, which was ahead virtually for most of the innings. The last 2 overs have pulled it back for the Dhaka Dynamites, and they'll try to just keep on exerting the pressure. Shakib Al Hasan's wicket, I think, was the point where the domination started with the ball.
The big problem here has been the extras. It's a killer at the moment for the Dhaka Dynamites. 18 extras, 14 leg byes, and 4 wides. And when you're defending 135, it's not a good stat.
Got of a run, another directed, that gives him the run. Well, at times it's sad for a fielder when you pick it up quickly, throw it directly to the wicket, and results in that.
Last ball of the last over. That's that leg by. Look at Sangakkara. Come on! Last ball. He's been bowling so well in the over, and another one gets away.
So little margin for error in this game, isn't there, Alistair? How a game can turn around within a couple of overs. Seen evidence of that. As the field set on the leg side. A lot of protection in the deep. There he goes. He coils up and bangs it away. Just through the cover region. Wow, that's what Darren Sammy is capable of. Or is it Zohar Islam?
Don't think a ball has been hit harder than this in this BPL. Have a look at this. Crikey, that is hit with tremendous power. I reckon the guy in the boundary only had all of 10 meters to cut this off and never got anywhere near it. Have a look at that.
Come on, Shiva!
Is giving him the sort of rolling bat. The way he just picks up the bat threatens to clobber everything around, but good from the bowler. Didn't let him free his arms on that occasion.
Now that extended West Indian flair really was a flourish at the end. Have a look at this. Bang, and then there's that follow through above head height. Right out the middle of the bat. He's a strong guy, Darren Sammy. Make no mistake, when he hits it, invariably it stays hit. How about that for deft touch? We've just talked about Darren Sammy bludgeoning one to the boundary, and on that occasion, Zohar Islam able to get down on one knee and play a delightful little nudge over the keeper.
That's got him dancing in the rafters. Look at that. Oh, lovely scoop. Swayed it on that, used that little pace of the ball, scooped it over. Can't put a fielder there. Safest shot in the book, as long as you get it right.
Oh, he knows this over is not what was required. They needed a good one that went for 4 to 6, but instead it's gone for 10, and there's still 2 balls remaining. 44 now of 38 deliveries. So just in the matter of 1 over, they're way back in the driving seat again, the Rangpur Riders.
Well, it's just a shade wide of Zohar Islam, shaping to play maybe a little wider on the offside, getting a thick inside part of the bat, taking it straighter to the fielder there, just to single the result. But still, 11 from this, 1 more ball to go. Good over so far.
Sangakkara just making sure he's got his field exactly right. He'll believe right to the end. He knows a couple of quick wickets, anything can happen. Things can change so fast. Now then, he's giving it as wide. I was wondering what was going on there for a while, and I think that maybe he's got away with one here, Darren Sammy. I don't think that this was wide. They're the guidelines that aid the umpire. And, yeah, I suppose fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah, and Amul Haq, he said wide. He mouthed it. You could see him lip-syncing it, but he didn't actually go through with the action. After a little pause, he did. Again, this one's got the edge. This one's got the desired result. Disappointed bowler, but you've only got yourself to blame. Put it in the slot outside and was put away for 4. 14 overs completed. It's 98 for 3.
exactly the over that the Rangpur Riders needed. And now the equation 38 and just 36 deliveries. They've done the business so far as breaking the back of the run chase and not leaving themselves too much to do at the end. But still, they can take a couple of wickets, the Dhaka Dynamites, and bowl another good over. That rate starts escalating again. Right, so back to his firepower now. Sohail Khan back into the attack.
Mash right over his head. Pig that. Wow. What a shot. And puts the pressure straight away on the bowler. The 100 comes up with that shot.
They're doing it in style now. Joel Isram. Previous over, scooped one over fine leg. Now bludgeons one down the ground. Full face of the bat. Right in the slot from Sohail Khan. And he was onto it in a flash. Lovely follow through. Mid-off's up in the circle. And that meant that it raced away to the boundary for 4.
For a right-hander, Zahrul Islam is a very graceful player. Seems very balanced when he's playing his shots. Then when playing defensively with soft hands, he's balanced. He's on the back foot when he starts the run, completes it quite comfortably.
That's cricket 101. Hit a boundary, get a single. Very next ball, get down the other end. Well, if you get 100, we'll get 4 wickets. And that's what's on offer for the player that achieves those milestones. We've had a few already in this tournament. Just the 100 though from Evan Lewis, but a few 4-firsts. Kevin Cooper, Ravi Bopara, Alamin Hussain.
Deflection of the pads. Go through for a single. Can't afford to deviate down the leg side. Does offer freebies. The leg buys keep on climbing.
Broadcast partners: India, Neo Sports; Pakistan, Geo Super; the UK, Premier Sports; Ireland, Tanta Sports; the Caribbean, CWC; and the US and Canada, ESPN; and then BN Sports in MENA. And it's distributed by Elite Media to all our worldwide partners.
And of course going out on Channel 9, live and exclusive. Loaded down, had to manufacture that shot, and he did well. Played past the infield for a single. 24 HD cameras taking these pictures worldwide. Excellent work being done here by all the crew.
I talked about extras. 20 extras now conceded, and that is the most in the history of the BPL record. And that, to me, is going to be the defining statistics between these two sides in the end. 15 leg byes and 5 wides.
Swung around, and one bounce into the fence. Can't afford to bowl in that line. Misbah Haq is happy as Darren Sammy swivels round and gets on top of this.
There was a glimmer of hope 10 minutes ago. It's fading. Management, coach, they've walked inside. Sohail Khan trying another short delivery, and Darren Sammy able to help it on its way, get it fine of the fine leg, and he knows deliveries like that aren't helping the cause.
The Rangpur supporters have something to cheer about, egging on their team. Not too many of them around the ground. The home crowd a little subdued at the moment. Sohail Khan, a lot of thoughts crossing his mind. What does he come up with? Nicely done. Strikes that truly. Oh dear, Nasser Hussain. You should have stopped that. 4 more runs to finish off the 15th over. Go moves on to 113 for 3.
For the last few overs, Rangpur Riders have been running away with this game. They've got some big overs coming their way. 113 for 3 and shot 23 of 30 balls. With 7 wickets in hand, shouldn't be a problem.
Yes, if you put the television on now or you walked into the ground, you'd say, nah, I couldn't do it. But Mohammad Afan bowled 2 overs, gone for 8. The kind of bloke who can blow you away, run up and take 3 wickets in an over as easy as look at it. It's his day or night. Quiet crowd now. Expectant. They would be very unhappy the way the home side have played, really. They'd be disappointed. Atar Ali Khan, that's talking about his side. Point of view. He wouldn't be happy.
So can Mohammad Irfan turn things around for the Dynamites? Last ball of the last over. And this is what happened there. The boundary that came in. That's absolutely unacceptable. At this level, you're the few chosen ones for the side. You're probably the best at home. And that kind of an effort, not doing any favors to your side. Up in position when Mohammad Irfan's bowling. A lot of experience. International versus an international. Slower one, he's picked it up, played it in the air, in the vacant region. Easy 2.
Yeah, we said it earlier on that the side that fields the best will probably end up winning it. When you look at the fielding that has been put together tonight by the double Ds, has been nothing short of not acceptable. Rangpur Riders, the other side of the coin, 3 run-outs in their opportunity. Sangakkara the big one, but some really good fielding, really sharp.
Oh, I thought he nicked that. Maybe fell short. But a nice slow one to deceive Sami.
"20 runs to win in 27. In fact, you look at that shot and think, well, there's no reason. Just sitting quietly there, not playing tonight. He'd be happy to see his side get home with having a rest. It's a run-a-ball game, really. No need to take on anybody. Just knock it around. Pick the odd 2 up. And you'll get home easily. Get a little asterisk.
Full toss, beaten base. So 139 Ks on that.
I think one of the problems is that he's so tall. It's hard to pick up. You almost see Sami not picking up the height where it's coming from. He's missed full tosses.
Oh, you're right about that. We were just talking when he was into his first few overs. The release point is almost 8 feet. Got to be really chin up as a batsman to actually eye that. It comes out his hand. Ball is for 2 from Sami. There's a long run for that deep mid-wicket fielder. And 2 more come in. 18 now.
Well, there you go, you see. Hardly a shot in anger, really. Just a little pull down. Pick up the 2. Yeah, they should get home now. Wide ball. Bowl it again.
He's been looking to bowl full outside the off. This is the fielding they've been talking about. Poor fielding performance from the Dynamite there. Another one. And again. They're just not getting down at the time when it's required.
Well, right there, how many runs did we see? Right there, what did we see? 15, 20? Bowl him! He's played on, I think. Yep. Sami turns, looks to the heavens, and slowly starts to move away. Oh, it's a come at a bad time. Yep. strategic timeouts come as well. 16 gone. 119 for 4.
Lower one again, just a roll of the fingers over the seam, and he plays that one onto the stump. Chops it from the inside edge. Sammy goes. It's a big wicket, but has he done the job? 119 for 4, 23 for Sammy.
No! 4 overs to go, 119 for 4, and all they need is another 17 in those 24 balls that are to be bowled. So you'd think they got it roped and tied, but Darren Sammy's just got out bowled by Irfan. So a new man has got to come in. He's not going to be on strike though, but Jarrell, who's on 28, he's really got to stay there. Got to make sure he sees it through. They've had the little break.
Important. Can the Dhaka Dynamites open the floodgates from the other end? Nasir Hussain, off-break bowler. Can they do something, pull off something special? Got only 17 runs to play with.
And you add another maybe 15 or so for poor fielding, then you'd say, well, hang on a second, they're in the game, but this has cost them. And a run a ball, or less than run a ball really, you can afford to block it 2, knock it, take a single. There are lots of singles for the taking. You don't have to play any big shots really. And they would have discussed that at the break now. They would have said, listen, we don't need anything. Tesaro Pereira has been around the block, not going to do anything. Well, he shouldn't do anything silly.
Didn't look very convincing when he played that shot. Was in the air for a while. Oh yes, he's got a lot of experience. 133 games. 2 best. Strike rate 142, almost 143. 4 guys inside the circle. This opposition needs 15 runs. Rest of them on the rope. Timing. It's just timing on that. There was no reason for that long off-fielder to move. It went like a bullet.
Poor delivery. Look at it. Short. A little bit of spin, but it was a rank long off, a half tracker. You really, you know, at this stage of the game, I mean, he's missed his mark there by, probably 4 meters over 21, so poor delivery. Not going to get many results for that. Playing over the wicket now. Then he fires the full and flat one in, leg stump. Get a bat on that, and there's another single. And you look again, there's 6 off the over, only need 10 now. So that's gone. The game's gone, really. Aaron Sammy sitting there quietly. Got out when he shouldn't have. He knows that. Unnecessary. He disappointed, but he did a good job and saw it through to the point where they were always going to win from there on. Got a wicket.
Flashy drive. End of the over. 8 from it. It's 127 for 4. $135 for 7. Dhaka Dynamites winning the toss, batting first. Rangpur Riders making it look easy. 3 overs still in their hands, and 127 already on board. 6 wickets is the important part. 9 runs off 3 overs. Should be a walk in the park. Got Mohammad Irfan just got a wicket on the last ball of his previous over. Can he dent or delay the inevitable? In the air. Call is catch it, but it will land between those 2 fielders. Sohail Khan comes around. The first ball gets you 2 runs.
Pereira's got a reputation to protect, you know. He doesn't want to be standing around, knocking in the gaps, running singles. He's got a strike rate of over 140, 142. So if he recognises it, he's going to throw the bat at it. He wants to finish it right here. So 7 needed. Falls in the gap. Easy. Right, if it's full, he's going to go at it. Mid-off's up in the circle. It's a good win, this, if they get home, or soon as they get home. It's going to be a good win. Rangpur Riders starting to creep up that table. Not sure where they'll end. Always the net run rate and the difference that they've got to be taken into account. It'll be interesting to see if they replace anybody higher up the log. Swing and a miss.
For one again. T20 has introduced a lot of cutters. For slower ones. It's all about variation.
I guess the big question to ask is the home side, Dhaka Dynamites. Now, if they lose here, where do they end? And can they get through? Yep. Waited for that one. The minute it was full, he was going over the top of mid-off. That's 4.
Yeah, with the mid-off in circle, you bowl that length, you are taking the chance. And especially when you've got Thisara Pereira as the batsman facing you. That's 4 runs. So a stroke away now. 3 runs required to win this match. Don't know if it was such a bright idea to win the toss and bat first. What do you feel on that? I mean, surprise a few people.
Yeah, good call, you know. Goes back to that. Oh, had it all again. No wonder if Sangas would do it. You're not sure what a good score is. What was a good score? It was a new... We'd come back to Dakar. We hadn't seen how the pitch is going to play at night. That could be called a wide. Yeah, it is. Another run to it. Now they only need 2. Yeah, so you make a good point. You know, we were all surprised. Sangakkara decided to bat first.
They lost their way somewhere in the middle overs. I mean, they looked to be cashing out on that toss that they won. Decided to bat first, but then suddenly they were struggling to put up a score. Managed 100 and... Whoa. That's a rough one wide again. Umpire had a careful look at that. Probably saw where Sangakkara collected it. Scores are level.
It's always a square leg umpire that makes the call. Just a little nod, yes or no. Well, yeah, it was over the top. Let's have a look from this side. Yeah, it's quite high. Quite high. No problem with that. So scores are level.
That's the end of the over. 18 gone. Scores are level. 135 for 4.
.135 for 4, 18 overs gone. The scores are level. 1 needed for the Rangpur Riders to get up over the Dhaka Dynamites, the home side, and we've spoken about it at length. Dhaka Dynamites, what is the impact of a loss here? What will it do to them? Can they qualify? Remember, they've got to get in that top 4. No run is the call. No need to. Got all the men in the circle now. Yeah, so it would be heartbreaking for Dakar if they don't get home. They don't get in the top 4. Such quality players, Kumar Sangakkara included. Mickey Arthur, the coach. It's a big franchise. A lot of stress in there.
If they get the single, which they will, Rangpur beats Dhaka Dynamites here, and they do it comfortably in the 19th over. They played well, they played smartly, and they won this match by 6 wickets. That's a big margin in T20s.
It sure is. Yep, there was lots of balls left. One could say Rangpur Riders really outplayed the Dhaka Dynamites tonight. Dhaka, that's Kumar Sangakkara.